Have you ever noticed that tiny light that continues to burn inside you, even in your darkest moments? Or conversely, that small doubt gnawing at you from within, even on your brightest day? And have you asked yourself this question? Same body, same abilities, same memory, but why do you feel like you could conquer worlds one day, while the next day you feel like you don't have the strength to lift a cup? Tonight, I'm going to reveal a secret to you. Confidence doesn't come by chance. It doesn't descend like a miracle, and it's certainly not a favor granted to some and denied to others. Confidence is manufactured, just like everything manufactured in a factory. But here's the truth. That factory isn't somewhere else. That factory is you. By the time you finish here, your perception of yourself will change, because you'll understand that every morning when you wake up, you're the one opening that factory's doors, and every night when you go to sleep, you're the one stopping that factory's production. Are you ready? Then let's open the doors to this mysterious production line. Now, pause. If you want to stay with us on this journey, subscribe to the Factory of Abstract Concepts, because here we don't just transfer knowledge, we confront you with yourself. Every week, we open an invisible door in your mind. Confidence is just the beginning. There are many more striking truths waiting for you. Ring the bell and become a permanent worker in this factory. Welcome. This is the Factory of Abstract Concepts, and today we're going to examine our most mysterious product, confidence. But first, imagine a factory. 4 walls, machines, workers, raw materials. Now, look in the mirror. There's that factory. The billions of neurons inside your skull, the workers. Every memory from your past, the raw material. And your thoughts, that noisy, never-stopping production line. You produce something every day, even if you're not aware of it. Your first thought when you wake up in the morning is that day's first product. When you say, "I can do this," you're producing something. When you say, "It won't work anyway," you're producing something else. Both are real, both are tangible, and both come from your factory. The year 1453, the walls of Constantinople, unconquered for 1,000 years. Mehmed the Conqueror, 21 years old. Half his army believes these walls cannot be breached. His advisors are doubtful. History is against him. But Mehmed's factory operates differently. On that factory's shelves, the word impossible doesn't exist. He's moving cannons not from sea, but from land. Everyone calls it madness.
Here's the first secret of confidence. What you decide to place on your factory's shelves determines what you can produce. Mehmed placed possibility where others placed impossibility, and the walls fell. Now think, what's on your factory's shelves? "I'm not good enough," "I've always been this way anyway," or "I don't know yet, but I'll learn." Because here's the truth. Confidence is the sum of the sentences you repeat about yourself, and each repetition is a production cycle. Think of Vincent van Gogh. He sold only 1 painting in his entire lifetime. 1. His family thought he was crazy. Society rejected him. He even cut off his own ear. But in a letter, he writes, "If they don't hear my voice, I'll continue to sing anyway." What was Van Gogh's factory producing? Acceptance? No. Applause? No. Expression. Pure, unfiltered expression. And today, one of his paintings sells for $80 million. But is that the real value? No. The real value is this. Van Gogh teaches you that confidence doesn't run on external validation. Confidence is staying true to the reality your own factory produces. Even if everyone says no, you can say yes, because the factory is yours. But wait, stop, because now I'm going to tell you the most dangerous truth. Marilyn Monroe, the world's most desired woman, smiling in photographs, sparkling on screen. But in her diary, she writes, "Who am I? If they knew who I really was, would they still love me?" Marilyn's factory was producing something different from what the world saw.
From the outside, an iconic star, but from the inside, a child constantly seeking approval, never feeling good enough. Here's the most bitter paradox of confidence. If you allow others to enter your factory, they start to take over management, and you become a worker in your own factory. How many times have you done this? Someone said, "You can't do this," and you placed that sentence on your shelves. Someone said, "You're not smart enough," and you fed that raw material into your production line. And now, every day, you're multiplying those toxic products. But there's an alternative. The 1940s, Nazi concentration camps. Viktor Frankl, a psychiatrist in Auschwitz. His wife murdered, his family destroyed, everything taken from him. But Frankl notices something. The Nazis can take everything, but they can't take one thing: his response. There, in the darkest place, Frankl writes a book in his mind, Man's Search for Meaning. And he says this: between stimulus and response, there is a space. In that space lies our freedom. This is the deepest secret of confidence. No matter what happens outside, you decide what to produce inside your factory, always, in every situation. Someone disappoints you, stimulus, but response? Will you produce "I'm worthless" or "this person doesn't determine my worth"? You're fired from your job, stimulus, but response? Will you produce "I'm a failure" or "I'll find a new path"? Frankl didn't relinquish control of his factory even in the middle of hell. And you? Now let me tell you something else. Confidence is a silent production. A bus. Rosa Parks is tired. When a white passenger boards, the driver tells her to stand up. Does Rosa stand? No. What did she feel in that moment? Was she afraid? Certainly. Did her hands tremble? Probably. But what did she do? She sat. Confidence isn't acting without fear. Confidence is acting with fear. What did Rosa Parks' factory produce that day? I can say no to this. And that small no changed history. How many times have you not taken action because you were afraid? How many times have you said, "I don't have confidence in myself"? But here's the truth. Confidence doesn't wait for action. Action gives birth to confidence.
Is your factory idle? You're not producing anything because you say, "I'm not ready yet." But you won't become ready so you can start production. You become ready because you started production. And now, the hardest truth. Confidence requires mirrors. Muhammad Ali, trembling from Parkinson's, carrying the Olympic torch. His hands are shaking, but the torch doesn't fall. The world is watching. And what does Ali say? "I am the greatest." I didn't even believe it when I said it, but I kept saying it to myself. And then it became real. What was Ali's factory producing? A mask? No, a truth, over and over, until that truth became tangible. But Ali also knows this: the man who serves is as important as you are. Here's the paradox. Confidence both places you at the center of the world and knows the world doesn't revolve around you. Arrogance only does the first. Humility only does the second. But true confidence, it balances both. Your factory needs mirrors to see others. Without them, you're meaningless too. But those mirrors don't define you. They only reflect. And finally, the most dangerous question. What if confidence is something that must be continuously produced? Many people think confidence is a gift. It comes one day, it stays. But the truth is, confidence is a perishable product. It spoils, it rots. It must be freshly produced every day. When you wake up in the morning, the confidence you produced yesterday is gone. You must produce it again today. A new choice, a new decision, a new action. Nelson Mandela, 27 years in prison, waking up every day, making a choice every day. Revenge or forgiveness? Hatred or reconciliation? 27 years.
9,855 days, repeating the same production 9,855 times. And when he finally gets out, what does he do? He shakes hands with his guards. He forms coalitions with his former enemies. He saves South Africa from civil war. What did Mandela's factory produce? Not just confidence, something beyond confidence, purpose. And here's the deepest truth. Confidence isn't an end, it's a means. The real question isn't, do I have confidence in myself, but what will I do with this confidence? The time you spent here has passed, and now look back. You are a factory, opening every day, closing every day. And in between, you're producing something, sometimes fear, sometimes hope, sometimes poison, sometimes antidote. Socrates said, "Know thyself." But maybe that's not the question. Maybe the question is, what are you deciding to become? Because you don't have to be Mehmed the Conqueror. You don't have to be Van Gogh. You don't have to be Rosa Parks, Mandela, Ali. But you must be the boss of your own factory. And tonight, right now, I'm asking you something. Ask yourself, tomorrow morning when you wake up, what will that factory produce? The same thing it produced yesterday? Or something new? Because confidence isn't a gift, it's a decision. A decision made every day, every hour, every moment. Lao Tzu says, "A journey of 1,000 miles begins with a single step." But I'll tell you something else. That step isn't the step you never took. That step is the step you decided to take. Your factory is open. The production line is running. The question is, what are you producing? Farewell. And remember, our next stop in the factory of abstract concepts might be even more striking, because this factory isn't just yours, it's all of ours.